guys, this is Guardian0131 here with Team Triple Crit, and today I'm going to bring you my Royal Paladin deck profile. We're running Saver, Legion Stride. I started playing this deck, this was my first deck that I got into when I first started playing Vanguard, and it's evolved since then as well, since it was the end of the Legion era and the beginning of the Stride. So I've kind of tried to make it as fitting as possible to run both mechanics, to have both the ideal effects and the power plays. And we are running the new 16 G-Zone Stride deck, so you will see how it plays into that. Right, without further ado, we're going to get right into the deck profile. Alright, starting off with our grade zeros, we have our Forerunner, Advanced Party Seeker File. This is our soul fodder for Saver, as well as when you do get to put into the soul, when it's legioned, you get to call out a Blaster Blade Seeker and basically get its effect off as long as you have the appropriate counter blast. Continuing the grade zeros, we have our 4 heals in Seeker Loving Healer, and then we are running 8 crits in Hallowed Breath Dragon and Impact Seeker Motoron. And then our last triggers, I was debating between stands and draw triggers. I run both the Silent Sage Sharon and the Margal as soul fodder. I find Sharon was doing me better, so I run 4 Sharon just to be able to get those all-important stands and just continue our attacks with big columns. Alright, as if you don't know what she does, she can go into the soul when on the rear guard to do plus 3k to any Royal Paladin. So this is important as it builds our soul for Saver Dragon to get its effect off. Alright, next we'll go into our grade 1s. Alright, first things first, we run our Perfect Guard. I'm running the one that unflips counterblasts, as we go through a lot of counterblasts in this deck with Blaster Blade and Saver. So this is just another tool to basically ensure and manage our damage appropriately. Next, I run the 10k Seeker on a Seeker Sinric. If we have a Seeker in the Vanguard, it gets plus 3k. There's a great booster and ensures our large columns as we proceed. Next, I run 2 Bravo Gall Seeker. Basically, just gets us any search for Seeker and put it into the rear guard when it's boosted. Well, when it's boosting, rather. And basically just gets us whatever we need. The ideal play is to get us our Sinric into the back row so we can get boosts. If not, any of our grade 2s can be put into an empty rear guard zone once this unit is retired. Alright, next we run 2 Stride Fodder and Laurel Knight Silicus. Its alt mile effect is irrelevant as we're not running alt mile. So we're just using this for our hand as it's grade +2. Alright, next we're going to go into our grade 2 lineup. Alright, next for our grade 2 lineup, we run the mandatory Blaster Blade Seeker. When he's put on rear guard circle, you counterblast 1 and retire the grade 2 or greater from the rear guard circle. So he is definitely a mandatory for the Legion, and we were running both of our Legion mates just to maximize on the ability. Alright, next for grade 2, we have our 12k beaters. If there's a Seeker in the Vanguard circle, he becomes 12k from 9, Certic. And to ensure some field presence, we run Conjure of Mithril. I'm teching him in at 3. When he's put on Vanguard or Rear Guard, you get to reveal top card of your deck. If it's a grade 1 or grade 2, you get to Superior Call it to open Rear Guard circle. So this kind of speeds up the deck. I kind of wanted to get as much searchability or Superior Call ability in this deck to kind of keep up with the other ones. And this is the main idea why I run also Knight of Twin Sword. It's a GB1 effect, so we have to wait till we stride to utilize it. But when you counterblast 1, This, and when this unit attacks a vanguard, if the unit was boosted, I can pay the cost and search up for a grade 2 card other than Knight of Twin Sword and call it to rearguard. So this gets our blaster blades out in order to basically retire some units, or we can get Conjurer Mithril and continue to superior call other units onto the field. All right. With that being said, we'll go into our grade 3 lineup. All right, to start off our grade 3 lineup, we have our backup Legion, Seeker Sacred Ringgull. This is if we are unable to get into Think Saber Dragon. This is our first Legion mate we can go into with Blaster Blade Seeker. Its effects are pretty standard. When it's Legioned, I could search a grade 2 with Seeker in the card name and call it to rearguard, so another superior call. Or when this unit attacks a Vanguard, the unit gets plus 2k, so we get a nice boost in 22 when we're attacking. But of course, we always want our main, which is Think Saber Dragon. As you know, it has the restand ability. As long as we have enough soul, we have enough counterblast, and we discard a card. As well, it also does get the 2k when we're attacking as well. But the restand ability is very devastating in most games, and it can seal the fate of the opponent. Just having those extra 2 drive checks is amazing. All right, and that's our standard grade 3 lineup, an 8 card count. And next we'll go into our expanded stride zone. All right, to start off our stride zone, we have a Armor Element Sea Breeze. It's a mandatory at 1. You won't always pull it off, but it's a great first stride if you can pull off the conditions. It has a steep cost as we want to preserve our counterblast, but if we're facing a grade 2 rush deck, this is a great out to them, enabling us to stride. Now to search, we're running 2 Blades. This will be usually our first stride we go into, just to put some pressure, as well as search out a Paladin from our deck when its on-hit ability activates. Alright, next I run 1 Great Sage of Contradiction. This superior calls 2 grade 2s from our hand onto the field when it's stride summoned. You won't always pull off this effect, but it's also a great one-off just to have in case you are lacking with grade 2s on the field and you just want to swarm. Alright, and we're running a mandatory 4 Saint Blows. Saint Blow is a great tool. If we have 2 or more face-ups, it gets to plus critical. And that is also devastating when we have a strong board on our field. And then we have Divine Knight of Flashing Flame Samuel. This is the instant damage unit if our opponent has 4 or less damage. So this is basically our instant burn stride card. And then one of the new ones we have is Divine Knight of Rainbow Brocade. Now he is interesting in the sense that it does get a +1 crit and plus 10k, but it is a GB3 effect. But the fact that he unflips anything in the stride deck to activate its effects, you can unflip a unused Sea Breeze if you find the game progresses and you haven't, been able to use it. As well as it gets the additional effect if it unflips itself. Alright. And last but not least, we're running a Blizza, just because we have these expanded G zones. And now our G Guardians are running 2 Laser Guard Dragons, just because it becomes 20k. We have 2 grade 2s, which most of the time you do. And then we're running 1 Screw, or Screw You, simply because it's a very large wall when we need it, and very easy to pull off. And then 1 Dismel, just because it's a 5th perfect guard, and one you can easily have without having a perfect card in your hand. All right. With that being said, that is my Royal Paladin Legion Stride deck. I hope you guys like what you saw. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Tell me what you guys think, what I can improve. And thanks for watching Team Triple Crit. Also, I do apologize for the lack of content. My fellow teammates are not ready to present their own deck profiles as well as, other content. But they will be soon, so just please sit tight. But I have been Guardian 0131, and keep playing, guys.